Shabbat Shalom. I'm happy to see you even though I don't see you, and I hope you're happy to see me even though you do see me. I'm here for my weekly video with our organist and producer and musical guy, Prestia, and just wanted to let you know before we get started that, as always, I am here for you if you need me, either by email at rabbi@ohevsholom.org or on my cell phone, 717-460-6444. I hope you're all well. I hope you're taking good care, and I'm sending lots of strength and lots of love. So let's begin by lighting Shabbat candles on page 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And let's continue on page 127. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Let's continue with Shalom Aleichem on page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bochem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Sechem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And let's turn to page 264 for Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, כולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Page 266. In each age we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment we are addressed by the world. In each age we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment we stand face to face with truth. In each age we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment the knowing heart is filled with wonder. In each age the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. The Shema is on page 267. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta, page 268. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meyodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam Beshiftecha bebetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshachtvecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beinenecha uktavtam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Page 269. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound. Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. There is evil enough to break the heart. There is good enough to exalt the soul. When will redemption come? When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves. Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom. Michamocha, page 270. Page 271. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch Ata Adonai, Haporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. V'Shamru, page 272.
Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, v'la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam v'ridolam.
We rise for tefillah on page 273.
Adonai sevatakita ufiagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה.
Page 275. We pray that we might know before whom we stand, the power whose gift is life, who quickens those who have forgotten how to live, having implanted within us an eternal spirit. We pray for winds to disperse the air of sadness, for rains to make parched hopes rise again. We pray for love to encompass us for no reason save that we are human, that we may blossom into persons who have gained power over our own lives. We pray to stand upright, we fallen, to be healed, we sufferers. We pray to break the bonds that keep us from the world of beauty. We pray to be open to our own true selves. We pray that we may walk in a garden of purpose in touch with the power of the world. Praise be the God whose gift is life, whose cleansing rains let parched men and women rise again. Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Ta kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelu chesed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Page 278. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Shalom Rav, page 282.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah hu melech Adon lechol hashalom.
Let's pause for a moment of silent prayer. This week we are beginning a new book of the Torah, the fourth book of Torah, Bamidbar, in the wilderness or in the desert. There are 5 books of the Torah: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And this book is called the Book of Numbers. Why? Because the first parsha, this parsha, begins with taking a census. And many rabbis will give a Devar Torah about numbers and about how everybody counts and about keeping a census, but I think in the world we're living today, we need to talk about more about what it means to live in Bamidbar, in the wilderness, in the desolate place. Because right now, many of us are living in that wilderness. and we are living in a desolate place. Whether we are staying at home and having our groceries delivered, or whether we're venturing out with a mask and trying to see friends, whether we worry about social distancing, or as the Harrisburg Board of Rabbis was discussing this morning, what we're going to do about high holidays and what will happen if there's a second wave of this terrible virus that's inflicting us all. It's a very tough journey that we're on, and it's a journey to the Promised Land. And the Promised Land will be the day when we can be together, when we can hug each other and kiss each other, and God willing have a vaccine, and when we can put these months or this year behind us and just save it as an unpleasant memory that we tell our children or grandchildren. But until then, we are still in the wilderness. And there are a few things to remember when we're in the wilderness. And one is, we were always together as a group and as a family. And even though the children of Israel walked through the desert without having to social distance and were able to be together, they really felt very much alone. And Moses, as their leader, and Peter Kessler, as your rabbi, often feels very much alone because you look to me for guidance, and sometimes I have it, and sometimes I just look skyward to God, as many of you do. But I have faith, and I hope you join me in that faith, that someday we will get to the Promised Land, and even though it's painful right now and we're filled with anxiety and we're frightened about the future, we can keep our faith in God and keep our faith in those we love and keep walking and keep striving and keep working to make the world a better place as we continue through the wilderness. And now we'll remember those who are sick in need of healing by reciting the Mishaberach prayer together. I invite you to turn in your prayer books to page 371. Caregivers in our midst, those who work in the hospitals and care facilities. May God bless those who have to work every day taking care of our needs in grocery stores, pharmacies, and other places. May God bless those of us who are sick physically as those of us who are sick at heart, because many of us are carrying burdens that only we can feel. And may God bless those whose anxiety is seen on the inside and not seen on the outside, but felt very deeply. May God bring healing to us all, and we say, Amen. And now let's continue with Aleinu on page 586. Aleinu Shabbat Adon HaKol Latek Gedula Leotzeh Breshit Shelo Asanu Kigoye Haratzot Velo Samanu Kemishpachot HaAdamah Shelo Sam Chelkeinu Kahen Vegor Aleinu We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach cheruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, b'galav izman kariv yimaru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'mei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei kudsha barichu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'yama v'yimaru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimaru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yahaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all of us who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved, and we say, amen. This Shabbat we're going to end with the hymn Gesher Tzarma'od. Gesher Tzarma'od is a hymn that tells us that the entire world is but a narrow bridge, and the most important thing is not to be afraid. So if you're feeling some fear or trepidation, listen to this song, and hopefully the words on page 643 will bring you some inspiration. Gesher Tzarma'od. God's blessings on all of us as we prepare for Shabbat. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, God of our mothers and fathers, bless us a Shabbat and a week ahead that's filled with joy, with rest, with peace, and good health. We take care of each other, we take care of ourselves, and God is always with us. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.